cause my soul takes flight. It lifts me off the ground and I do not try. Long as moonlight's bright and I'm shining now. I'm thinking about my future and it's blinding now. I'm quiet with my homies when we wildin' out. I'm looking for some time to get my silence out before my time runs out. Sleep.
There's magic in your bones. There's magic in your eyes. There's magic swimming all around in your mind. There's magic in you. There's magic in me. There's magic in us. Fully we believe. I am 1/3 poet, I am 2/4 perfectionist, I am imperfect, chaotic, frazzled and indecisive. I can be moody and negative, self-deprecating and hypocritical. I advocate for the beauty and importance of everyone else, and I sometimes deny my own. I am often thinking that I won't measure up, I won't achieve any other level of success. Most days I feel like a fraud, like people will look behind my curtain and find a mess of a woman and they will not love me like still. I love like still, like ocean always coming back to shore, simply hoping to be loved in return. I am in love for the first time in my life, and it is terrifying and beautiful all at once. I am becoming, slowly unwinding into who I've always been meant to be. It's like meeting a distant and yet long for piece of you that has always reminded you of home. I am home to one too many emotions, to fantasies and dreams that seem as realistic as fairy dust. I sometimes still believe in magic. Hope that it is tucked in the wings of a butterfly, or maybe the dimples of a really chunky baby, in the colors of a sunset, or the way that he looks at me. And they may call me something like foolish, 28 years old and still believing in magic. But what if the thing we're most afraid of is not that it doesn't exist, but that it's lived inside of us all this time and we called it foolish? Well then, call me foolish, because I can see it swimming in my veins, and every time I take a breath, magic tucked into my very existence and on the tip of my tongue. It is no wonder why these words are sometimes the most necessary healing I've come to know. So call us foolish, because I can see it swimming in your veins, and every time you take a breath, magic tucked into your very existence, so much so that your breath is a miracle, and you are a miracle. There's magic in your bones.
All right, about to get the show started, y'all.
There's magic in your eyes. There's magic swimming all around in your mind. There's magic in you. There's magic in me. There's magic in us. If only we believe.
Hey, yo, you know what it is. Kuya David, Pen Click Prime Minister, out here with my brother Daniel. He's the chubby fat god. Welcome everyone to another live stream installment of the Two-Piece Combo, where we review both poetry and music pieces submitted by all of you guys. So if you want to submit poetry and music and show up on our next live stream, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Penclique, PENCLIQUE, and we will see you in the next chat. But today we had to bring it out for the ladies. So today's ladies first, because last week was heavy bro energy, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're two bros, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we attract who we attract, but at the same time, you know, like we gotta make space for the ladies. Daniel, let them know.
Yeah, well, that really is what it is, right? Like we're trying to make space for like the ladies and the third genders and all of that, because you have to make that space sometimes, and you have to, as a cisgendered rude boy, you know what I'm saying? I gotta like do what I gotta do for the cause too, and sometimes that means checking your own self and being like, yo, let's put one on for the ladies for no reason. So that's what we're doing.
Facts. That being said, we have a couple of submissions and a couple of pieces that we pulled. The first piece that we're about to look at is a poem from the Clique. You know what it is, Vanessa Tahi. She's like, Get Lit fam and all that. So dope youth poet. Yeah. So shout out Get Lit. Shout out the whole, like all the associations out in SoCal, like Right Girl and all them. They do a lot of dope work. And yeah, about to get into that. Vanessa Tahi. Yeah, so Vanessa Tahi, she did one of those a landscape videos on IG Live, which is cool, but girls, like, might as well just go to YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, might as well.
No, I feel you.
All right, but yeah, Vanessa Tahi, gang. Let's get into this. All right.
Oh, we're gonna score everything. Are we gonna explain what we're doing to everybody? Hi, y'all.
Oh yeah,
so if anybody
hold on. Let's wheel up. All right,
yeah,
Daniel, thank you for that. All right, Daniel, let them know.
So the two-piece combo is where we take two pieces usually on the show proper, but for the live stream, we do as many as we want. Tonight, I think we're doing 5 pieces. So we will watch, critique, and review 5 pieces of art. Usually it's like 3 poems and 2 songs, or 2 poems, or write something in that. So tonight, that's it. 5 pieces, 5 different scores, and that's it. If you guys got scores, put them in the comment section. Please let us know, like this video, do all that. But yeah, please score along with us.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Like, the chat, like, earlier on Instagram, everyone said, yo, why don't you get on the Henny for the live stream? I got the Henny, but I don't have much. So I also bust out the Glenlivet. Daniel Hees, what are you smoking on tonight?
Oh, I got a little bit of Graham Master right now, and I'm also still playing.
Wait, Graham? Like the weights? Graham Master?
No, Grand.
Oh, Grand. I was gonna say that. Yo, that's kind of bars, bro. I was gonna say that's kind of bars, but.
And I'm pulling on these nerds, so still pulling on these nerds.
Oh, those are edibles. Hold on, look, show them to the camera.
Wow.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, they're strong as shit. So we doing it though. Eating nerds.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
0 to 10 with decimal points, and the Grandmaster and the nerds.
All right. Oh, goddamn. Benny Alexander's in the chat. What's good, bro? Hey. 2-piece combo. All right. So we're trying to do this for perpetuity, y'all. That means that we might like make clips, YouTube clips out of this live stream. So it might be annoying, but I'm going to try to re-explain 2-piece every time at the top of everything. Nerd edibles, what? Yeah. Next level shit, West Coast, you know what it is. Yay.
West Coast.
Yeah. So the first piece that we're going to review on the 2-piece combo, where we review both music and poetry from all of you guys, is from Vanessa Tahi. So this is off of Instagram. This is from her IG Live. So shout out Vanessa Tahi. Shout out Right Girl. Shout out Get Lit and all the SoCal writing crews and all that. And yeah. I believe this piece is called Rajaduras. It's a Spanglish piece, and yo, I'm excited for this. Let's go. After Daniel completes his bong rip. Hey. All right. Oh, no audio. Hold on. All right, let's reload that.
Estas 4 paredes callan mis miedos. Cada rajadura es un sueño casi logrado. El seco llamado de esperanza es callado con el eco de ignorancia. When I was 10, I learned how to make cupcakes with mud. Learned the difference between adding and subtracting. Never worried of the flood mother left when she searched for a future. I discovered my hatred against spicy food. I was taught how to harvest carrots and climb the apple trees. Never stopped counting the days before my first kiss. Hold
up. Yo, off rip, she's like the visual she's painting all the way from like the mud cupcakes to the gardening and shit is like, yo, I'm loving this vibe right now. Let's go.
Yeah, world building.
I knew nothing of traumas. I had forgotten how I felt when I held my mother's sweater so tight and begged her to never leave. El seco llamado de esperanza es callado con el eco de ignorancia. It's 1 a.m. and Carlitos knocked on my door. Asked if he can talk to me. Asked if I can hear the helicopters surrounding our house or the sirens across the street. Asked if I was scared. Asked if we were safe. It's 1 a.m. and Carlitos cried. The Day before he didn't want to go out. He said we might get caught up in a raid. My 10-year-old brother already knew how ICE raids worked. It's 1 a.m. and Carlitos checked if our parents are still awake, present. He always asks me to pray with him. Mother taught him that in times of crisis, God listens, so we kneel and believe. I tell him not to worry. But how can he trust me when he sees me locked every door in the house? It's 1 a.m. and we talked about his dreams. The house is silent. The walls listened. And the sirens stopped. He smiled and said a baker. It's 1 a.m. and Carlitos knocked on my door and asked if we were safe. I have never seen him this scared. So I told him, we will rise for our hopes. We will rise for the long nights mother walked to get here. We will rise, and no one better put a price on the times we held each other so tight and promised to be each other's backbones.
Okay. Yo. That was fire. That was fire, bro.
Well, bro, I'm almost leaking right now. I'm trying to damn. Shout out, Get Lit, all the Get Lit poets, all the youth poets. Shouts out to my fucking Latinx family. Like, come on, bro. I can't even believe this. Okay, so real notes, right?
Yeah.
The Spanish, I wish that she would have gone back to Spanish at the very end, maybe just one little line, because as a Spanglish piece, this is fire. This is the perfect amount of Spanish for a non-Spanish speaker, right? This is the vernacular she's using and the Spanish she is using. She's not getting too crazy with it, you know what I'm saying? So other Spanglish speakers aren't lost, as well as people that don't understand Spanish could pull little words out, you know what I'm saying, that they understand, right? Like mall and things that they know. So I almost wish that there was another little bit to kind of frame it, right? Because there's a big chunk at the beginning and then a couple little pieces. I wish that there was maybe one that whole rise bit. Maybe if she would have done some of that in Spanish. But bro, the length of this is perfect. The story is perfect.
2 minutes 15.
The narrative is incredible. This isn't struggle porn. This isn't whining or, you know what I'm saying? All the critiques you hear about poetry, this is not that. This is undeniably just somebody telling a story that's real, and it involves struggle, and they aren't victimizing themselves. They aren't doing, it's almost the writer, the third person is objectively telling the story as accurately as they can, you know? Right. And the line that really hit me in that way was I forgot what it was like to hold my mother's sweater, right? In that way. So it's just it's a perfect telling of this struggle, right? There is no critique of this really that I have. It's perfect. This is almost perfect. In building out of slam, this is a 10.
Oh shit, 10. We got a 10 from the god.
It's a 10. I don't, because it hits all the marks. There's a real message. It's not pandering. It's not using the message, you know what I'm saying? It's not soliciting with the message. It's genuine. It feels like you get all the emotional response that you're supposed to get, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I want to see. And to have a 2-minute piece, to have a piece end at 2 minutes, perfect, man. I want to see more of that. I want to see poems end whenever they feel like they should end. And as an audience member, to have this poem end exactly where I felt it should have, that's a 10, bro, all the way.
Hey, that's what's up. Hold up, we need some bombs for that. Yo, everybody just came through the chat. Shout out Reckons, shout out Solus Venus, shout out Obs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Benny Alexander each and every time. So that was a piece by Vanessa Tahi. Super dope Spanglish piece. I agree with what you're saying that to just sandwich the end with a little bit of Spanish piece would have been tight, would have been a nice little touch. But the overall visuals, I'm a big sucker for visuals, to paint a picture with words and not have to run back. It's brevity is so underrated, because big words does not make you lyrical. You know what I'm saying? And just because you're using the hella big words, or just because you're having complex schemes, that doesn't necessarily mean you're saying shit, right? You think back to like the 2000s era of like, you know, Scribble Jam freestyles where people are just doing multis for the sake of multis and not really effectively saying shit. But Vanessa Tahi is like the opposite approach, where like she's cutting straight to the point. You could tell that's her training, you know, that's honed in. She's cutting straight to the point, and by painting a visual, so still making the trip rather beautiful, but at the same time like getting right to the meat of the story, of the narrative, of the emotion is like super tight. I fuck with this heavy. I wish I spoke Spanish, you know what I'm saying? So unfortunately you can't. So I'm like the whole time, but yo, high scores from me as well. I give that. She was missing a haymaker. I need a room shaker. I need a room shaker. My opinion, sir.
Bro.
My opinion, sir. But I'm saying I didn't get a haymaker that I would have popped for. So you know what I'm saying? Like I screw faced the whole time. Like the whole time I was like, the whole time. But at the same time, it's like I needed that big one. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, take a little bit off. Would have been nice to sandwich it with a Spanish at the end as well. So 9.5. You know what I'm saying? 9.5. Still good.
Let me ask you this. Just to argue a little bit on the pen click, David. Do you think maybe that there is a haymaker in there? It's just lost to the median. Like she's doing it in in room with some more performance flair. There might already be a haymaker here. You feel me?
We're talking about as is though. Like we're not talking about hypotheticals, right?
No, I feel you, but like, because that's what's getting me is because there was two haymakers. Like the backbone, the ending is a big haymaker, and it's like a nice hit. And then the mom sweater thing hit me too. So I feel you. I'm just asking, like,
no, I'm saying, I love a good landing. It landed beautifully.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I never consider the last bar to be a haymaker. I'm always like nail the landing. The landing is its own thing. And I was like you have to treat the landing as its own thing. But I don't know, man. Like to me, like I don't know what she could have done to add on to it. But as a slam piece, like I'm definitely trying to get her pushed into round 2. As a feature piece, this is dumb fuego. Feel me? So yeah.
Great.
So big ups Vanessa Tahi. Be sure to follow her at Vanessa_Tahi TAHAY. And yeah, big ups to her. Up next, we have our first music piece. That is by Soulless Venus, who I was put onto by our good friend Jess Roman. Soulless Venus, we follow her. She follows us on Instagram, so Click Gang still. And this is her song
she's
called...
in the chat.
Yeah, she's in the chat. She's in the chat for sure. So big ups her. Oh wait, hold up. We gotta redo like the whole thing for the sake of posterity for when we do clips and shit. So the 2-piece combo is we review 2 pieces of both music and poetry. And today we are going to review Soulless Venus, who we got in contact with via our good friend Jess Roman. So shout out Jess Roman, who put us onto Soulless Venus. Hope I'm saying your name right, girl. And yeah, this is her song called F Off. EFF OFF. F Off. Official music video. So she shot a whole music video for this. It's gonna be tight. And yeah, let's get them vibes in. Hey.
I like the wordplay off it. A little lightweight. Thank you, Chavs.
Yo, hold up real quick. Like how would you feel about going into a music video shoot saying, all right, you're the fuck boy of the music video? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm fuck boy number 3. All right, tight. Let's get it.
I'd love that, bro.
Wanna see
love like her face, just like the looks. Yo, you should have just went for it. Bam. All right, cool.
There's a bit foot right there. Oh, fire.
Please fuck with me. She's like, nah, fuck you. Shout out to the bong rips. That's how much Daniel's fucking with this.
Fire.
Hey, so, yo, that was tight. Hold up. Yo.
That was beautiful.
All right, chat. What are our thoughts about this? Because that was vibes as fuck. I'm fucking with, like. Also, I'm fucking like from a video perspective. I'm really fucking with this. It's like there's some times where you could tell that like, okay, this artist just dumped a bunch of money on the first music video and they don't really know like what's good. But this was done like super well. Like the grading, like just like the color grading is done super well, and everything's consistent. Everything's composited super well. So from like a production standpoint, like this is A1 for sure, A1.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Shout out Solus Venus,
David
love y'all,
Love.
thank you. With the yellow heart, is yellow your Solus? Is yellow your is that your brand? Is that what's going on here with the yellow heart and the yellow outfit? Because yo, I'm fucking with yellow on dark skin because like I'm slowly trying to reacclimate to that. When I was little, my sister told me like, David, you can't wear yellow or orange. If you wear yellow, you'll be a banana. If you wear orange, you'll be a pumpkin. And when I was a little kid, I thought like, oh my God, I can't wear yellow or orange because my sister said that I'll be a banana or a pumpkin. But I'm trying to unlearn that bullshit that my older sister put me onto, and you know, and she wears yellow now too. So it's like, yo, you just like took me out of this whole color spectrum that I could have been enjoying this whole time. Anyways, Solus says Sola says, this song was so fun to produce as my first self-produced song. Yo, you produced this as well?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yo, everyone, round of applause for Solus Venus here. That multi-talented with the production as well. Edmund Zambrano says, yeah, vibes for sure. Daniel Hees, please let everyone know what you think about this joint.
Yeah, shout out Benny. He said I'm really feeling the beat too. So this is as a 90s baby, right? As somebody grown up in that time, this hits all those R&B notes and feels for me. You feel me? Like this is all of that like R&B things that I want. There's super dope little production flares at times too, like just little tricks, you know what I'm saying? Little like, oh, hit a little reverb here, hit a little of that there. So like all of the R&B little tricks and things and like flair and all that is fire. I love it. It's well written. Like she's writing real work. It's not just like some silly lyrical or bouncy shit, right? Like it's not just a dance track, which is dope. And it's powerful in that way that again, like it's Femme Night. We're here to celebrate that thing that women do that isn't celebrated enough, which is be powerful without being aggressive, right? Like just be powerful, just to be
aggressive.
Just
fuck that.
powerful. Yeah, but this really isn't aggressive. You feel me? Like this is
until she fucking decked the dude in the fucking gut.
Kind of though, but like the actual song though, the actual like song is very like powerful in that way of like that thing where it's almost like when you get ghosted in real life by an ex, you feel me? And they just look past you in public, you feel me? Like that's how this song. I want to know who this is written about. I like you hear these tracks and you're like, oh, I'm glad I never dated you, my God bless. But I'm glad I don't got my homies being like, yo,
what did
your
Prodigy-
ex-girl song.
What did Prodigy say? What did Prodigy say? It's like beware, or the next rhyme I write might be about you. You know what I'm saying? That's like Soulless Venus over here, just like on that Taylor Swift thing in it. Is like fucking yo, like you were slave to a page in my rhyme book. Feel me?
Hey.
Daniel, what we saying out of 10? If you see this at a slam, what we saying out of 10?
Yeah, because it hits all the R&B notes for me. Because again, like R.I.P. Aaliyah, and it harkens back to like sock hop music for me as well, like dance music, like it's 8th grade music. It's going to get a lot of credit because of that. She could hella sing. She could super write. Like the video production, super fire, and to get a compliment for David about video production, that's going to give it a little bit extra credit too. So yeah, this is pretty high up there, man. I'm going to say just because I think there's more. And there's probably like more Soulless Venus work in the future that I want to give a 10 to. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say a 9.8.
9.8?
Yeah. And the only thing that doesn't get it to a 10 is because like I feel like this is the beginning to something great. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Word. All right. If this was at a slam and she had no music, she just like sang this a cappella. I have said this about Brian Super B. Oliva. I've said this about many other people, that singing in a poetry is the fucking cheat code. Dead ass. It's like if you can sing, if you can like carry notes, it's like, yo, you won. That's like plus 5 points. It's like it's not fair. It's not fair. So if you sing a whole song a cappella at a poetry slam, like it's not a prop. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can they do? Like, they can't take that away from you. That's your natural voice. You can't do shit. And it's bars. And it's a fuck you thing. Dude, to do like the whole fuck boys and shit. Yo, I'm hyped. I want to see this in round 2. I'm going to make sure that Soulless Venus goes into round 2 just because, like, yo, I just want her to shit on like all these other poets. It's like, fuck that. I'm giving her a 10 just to get her to round 2. All that shit.
Big things tonight. Big scores tonight.
Hell yeah. Soulless Venus, thank you very much for that piece, for her work. If you want to follow her, be sure to follow her on Instagram at Soulless Venus, as you can see on the screen. Also, this video is on YouTube. We'll probably put the link in the description below eventually. So yeah, shout out Soulless Venus. Everyone shout her out in the chat, and yo, round of applause to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, lit. Super lit.
All right, so that being said, we're gonna get to our next piece, and the next piece is something that you guys might have heard. It was this poem that was played on national TV all around the world by a certain poet named Amanda Gorman, and this is her inaugural day poem. And yeah, you know what it is. The Clique has arrived to give our take on it, so you know what it is. But before we do that, real quick, this piece is 5 minutes, 56 seconds long. It's a 6-minute joint, so clearly, you know, you have to, if we're going to give it a slam score, we got to give it some leeway. So imagine we're at a slam that allowed 6-minute pieces. So yeah, 2-piece combo where we review both music and poetry on this live stream. We're about to get into Amanda Gorman's Biden's inauguration poem, and yo, this was hot. This is super hot, but we're gonna see how it fares in the Pen Click Slam Circle. So let's get it.
Mr.
Off rip, before we do that, just like let's just say, of course, everyone knows, outfit on 1000%.
Yeah.
Mr.
Extra.
President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world.
The roll call.
When
and
day
the world.
comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade.
And the never-ending shade, do you think she's saying that colloquially, like shade? Or is, you know, like, double entendre flow for the fucking, for the generations shit, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, and wasted right over the boomers' heads. You feel me?
Hell yeah. So she could say that, you know what I'm saying?
When
Hell
day
yeah.
comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. And the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is.
Yes. We can see that wordplay coming a mile away because, you know, we're in the, you know, that's our mind is set to that, but fire for the people at home, you know what I'm saying?
And yet the dawn is hours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished,
Let's
far
bring that back. Let's
pristine,
bring that
but
back.
doesn't mean we are
fire.
striving to form
Let's bring that back. Hold up. That was some Don
skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man.
Alliteration game.
Not
Let's
to
go.
what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none.
Hold up. Let me just say that she's doing a lot of hand holding for the audience who aren't in tune to listen to this kind of wordplay.
Yeah.
Like a lot like playing with direction, like to the side, what's in front of us, what's behind us. Like I love how she's making wordplay accessible to the national audience. You know, this is
and like even her rhyming schemes and all of her poetic devices have been super effective, but super easy to understand and follow. Like what we just stopped at, the harm and arm jump, right? Like she's almost guiding. I mean, dude, she's doing what poets do. She's telling the whole fucking truth and disguising it with poetry. And at the end of this 5 minutes, the whole country's smarter for having listened to her.
So we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division.
okay.
Scripture tells us to envision that.
I kind of forgot about this poem, but I was really worried that she would do a defeat bar, like defeat and defeat. I was so scared, but I'm glad she didn't. Whew. All right,
again,
let's go.
No defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree. And
also, big ups to all her hand movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, them poetry hands, feel me? Is like, she's really trying to have people visualize with her to help explain the wordplay, just in case, like, you know, they're not catching it. So, yo, big ups Amanda
no
over
one
here.
shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens, but one thing is certain.
Our blenders become their burdens. Am I missing some wordplay there? It's like blenders. All right. Whatever.
Our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens, but one thing is certain. If we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left. With every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the West. We will rise from the wind-swept Northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked South. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
Fire.
Yeah. Fire.
Beautiful.
Yo, so
this is the youngest inaugural poet in history, right?
Hell yeah, it is. All right, so on the two-piece, we of course gotta review and give our thoughts and give them a slam score. So, Daniel, you want to do the honors?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be the first one to publicly roast or
do you want me to do it? You want me to do it?
No,
I'll do it.
I do want to do it. I do
What's
want
up?
to do it. No, I do want to do it because I do have actual critiques.
Daniel's
this
all
is
like,
not a 10. This isn't a 10 for me. It's not a 10. This is a 9.9 for me because
9.9?
it is. Yeah, it's a 9.9. I'm not gonna bury the lead. This is a 9.9. This is almost perfect So I'm gonna say this as a means and as a introduction to poetry and all of that. It's incredibly effective. It's just a tiny bit too long. There's a little bit in the middle there where she stumbles, right, and then like right in that pocket there, I feel like even her performance was showing that she had lost the performance cues a little bit, and she was just trying to regain the composure for the landing. So cut that part. You know what I'm saying? Cut that little bit.
She wrote that during the Capitol Hill rush, which was only a couple weeks ago.
I feel you.
And she clearly didn't. You know, she's not off page. She had like the text in front of her. So to read, you know, like in front of the world, you know, that's a hell of pressure.
No, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I'm just saying, like, there's probably 12 seconds of this that could be cut out, but it's kind of like what 12 seconds, and then it's a whole thing, right? As if this, because that's the crazy thing. This is so close to first time this was on paper. That they did this in front of everybody in the world. Like, that's insanity. That's crazy. The pen game's incredible. Her pen game is, and then her confidence, her
pen click colors. Hell yes, you know who it is.
Yeah, and telling the truth, doing again what poets do, which is poetry has to tell the truth. That's just all it can do, right? Like, that's the only way it's effective. That's the only way anybody cares about it. And she found a way to educate people about her feelings, right? And what her community is going through, educate people about their country, educate people about this time. This is a timeless piece. You know what I'm saying? This is something that in 10 years, whenever young children ask me what was 2020 like, I will show them this piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that. This is a piece of history that is important, and a piece of art that is important. And shouts out to Homegirl. Beautiful, just crazy. Like, I can't even believe that this happened. Like, what a beautiful thing, what a unifying thing, what a reminder of the power of poetry. And then to write something that's effective and still be a poem, that's undeniably a poem. 9.9 all day, every day.
All right, real quick, we're gonna go to the chat. Also, you on your keyboard, let us know what you think. Put it in the comments, put it in the chat. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing right here. Being the ones who are brave enough to give, young Amanda Gorman like a slam score, because this is hard to do, because this is a dope inspirational piece. Benny says this has to be 10, 100%, which it wasn't, because Daniel gave him a 9.9. Abbas gave her an 8.5, I'd say. I said, please explain to yourself. Shelly in the chat says it's a 9 out of 10 for me. Everyone, please explain your scores in the comments in the chat, please, because I am very curious. Because what I'm about to say, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I watched this once or twice, and I've been getting hella like every poet, every poet right now. Like, we've all been getting DMs about her, and oh, do you know her? She's in LA. Do you know her? She's a poet. Do you know her? Shout out to Daniel. He's taking a quick hit. You know what I'm saying? But no, none of us know her, except for, those who are part of Get Lit or Right Girl or in her poetry circle. So shout out to them, because she is West Coast gang gang. But I don't know her, and I forgot what my point is because I've been drinking. Shit. All right. So my point is, we as poets, we understand kind of like the cues, like the performance cues of what she's doing, and everybody that asks me about, who's not into the poetry shit, who asked me about what I think about her shit, I say that it's a phenomenal feature piece, but not a great slam piece. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair, yeah.
Daniel, you understand that, right? Chat, yeah. Everyone in the chat is pretty much a poet, I believe, and y'all understand what I'm saying. In that, first of all, this is over 3 minutes, so of course you get DQ'd, right? But aside from that, let's say we're doing 6-minute joints, and that's kind of the problem with slam, right? It's chess masters playing in front of other chess masters. It's like, if you do some basic shit, nobody's impressed. But Amanda Gorman has the very tough challenge of making poetry palatable for, middle America and shit, you know what I mean? So if we want slam to be on a national scale level, she is doing exactly what she needs to be doing to be getting a 10 from someone who's never seen a slam performance before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's completely fair.
But to people
that is an extrovert.
Right, but to people who are already, hip to the game, it's to people who are already in tune and are looking for that really hard shit to do. It's for me, when I judge a slam piece, it's I ask them, are they doing something that I can't do? If the answer is yes, that's fucking impressive. It's if you're doing something that I could do that shit, then it's not as impressive, right? Amanda's doing a lot of things that I can't do, so I'm impressed by that. But at the same time, I'm still looking for those things that I like. I'm looking for the extra haymaker, the extra wordplay. And that all being said, I love this piece because it's so accessible. I love this piece because the overall narrative and her wordplay is like, it's very subtle, but it is there. And she's doing everything in her power to make it palatable to those who aren't attuned to poetry. And that's so hard to do. And she did it. You know what I'm saying? So that rates high, but at the same time, missing that haymaker, like I said. So if I'm going to judge, I got to be consistent. So I would give her 9.3. 9.3. Super solid piece. Phenomenal feature piece. But in a slam, when you're looking for that knockout joint in front of other people who are already accustomed and acquainted to hearing wordplay and especially alliteration. Like she had like 2 alliteration runs. She had like a B run, she had a K run. So yeah. All right, let's check in with the chat because please, community, don't cancel me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we both love her piece. We gave her high 9s, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is slam. We are talking about slam. You know what I'm saying? The competition joint. We're not talking about, on some international inaugural shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about like the overall effect and how it made us feel because we're all on our feels about it. We're talking about it, within the competition aspect, and that's a very specific thing. In the chat, we say, Chili Bean, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a great poem, but it's easy to get lost in her delivery. Debatable.
Fair.
I think she did very well to with her delivery, but I could see that like because she doesn't have it memorized and off page, it might not have been as smooth. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that. Obs. All right, this is the man who gave her an 8-something. Ob says, it's an art thing for me. As a creative, it was good! ! Delivery was, writing was there, truth-telling was there. Slam-wise, though, I have heard pieces that have a better tone, delivery, etc. Yeah, that's pretty much what we were saying as well. So we'll see. Benny Alexander says, I felt it. Made me cry first time hearing. If a poet can bring me to tears and deliver on that level, deserves a 10 from me. So shout out to Benny with a 10.
Bro, if that was my scale, bro, you know how often poetry makes me cry? Like every day. Bro, that is not a strict enough criteria in my life for 10.
Every day?
You feel me?
So that box of tissues by your laptop, so that's for poetry. That's what we're going to say.
For everything, bro. But yeah, poetry especially, you know what I'm saying? But for all the things. I'm a crier, Benny, so.
For sure.
That's a weak scale.
Benny said, all right, so Ob says, but again, the 10 is different. She was writing with the intent to deliver a message, not necessarily to be impressive. Facts. All right, so that brings us to express versus impress, where in a slam, you're trying to impress, right? You're trying to score that 10. But in open mic or in feature, that's your freedom to express. And this is primarily to express, not necessarily to impress. So, big ups to Obs for that, because that is 100% facts, yeah.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Like performance, you know what I'm saying?
Benny says, fair though, Kuya. Great point. Feature piece for sure. Hell yeah. Obs says, she was spitting for the masses, not spoken word cats. Yeah, or competition. But all right, so here's the thing. Yes, she was spitting for the masses, not for people who are already hip. But if we want poetry to be an internationally mainstream thing, then we're gonna have to figure out avenues and ways of writing and ways of performing to appeal to the general masses, right? Like, you can't just have there's a reason why Brazilian jiu-jitsu only competitions get less views than, mixed martial arts, your UFC shit, where people can get knocked out, because it has more things that can show everybody, as opposed to super highly technical kind of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's like, so in this matter, if we want to think on a larger scale, like Amanda Gorman is spitting with some 200 IQ shit of like, yo. Yeah. To bring poetry to the masses and to have memes made about her, like, you know, like, and to have like all these tribute art and fan art made about this one poet. When was the last time you saw a poet nationally go viral and fucking have like, you know, fan art made about her within a 24-hour series, and it's flooding your timeline? You know what I'm saying? Amanda Gorman did that, and she did it because her poetry was like that easily digestible. So
yeah, and it hit, and again, it was the truth. It's the truth. It's expressive. It's real poetry, and everybody got that. You know what I'm saying? Little like Midwest house, like people in the Midwest that have never heard a poem in their whole life, that spoke to them. You feel me? And that's the point. That's
Edmund Zambrano says, 9 out of 10. It's always great to see poets make it to this type of caliber. Just for me, I'm into aggressive styles due to battle rap. Same, sir. But I was waiting for a haymaker, something that I was waiting for to make. Me saying, ooh, I think on paper, this is a great poem to read. A bit long, of course, but nonetheless an amazing piece for the specific audience in attendance. Facts. All right, guys. Benny says, laugh my ass off at Daniel with the cry emojis, for sure. All right, everyone. So high scores to Amanda Gorman, but at the same time, yo, poets, we knew that this wasn't gonna be a 10 for slam. But at the same time, it's like we knew that that wasn't the point. The points are not the point. The point is the poetry, of course. So big ups Amanda Gorman. Beautiful piece. That's gonna be a joint that like kids are gonna recite in school moving forward. All right, that being said, we're going on to our next and final music piece. This was a selection by Mr. Daniel Hees, and that is by none other than Figgy Baby. I don't know if y'all know about that one. But yeah, the two-piece combo is where we review both music and poetry. This piece is a music piece by Figgy Baby, and this piece is called Michael Sam. Daniel, you want to put us on about Figgy Baby? Tell us about him.
Yeah, he's popping out in LA. He's homies with a lot of poets. His pen game's super strong. He's doing like non-binary LGBT representation in like a really unique and like progressive and important way. So yeah, in this whole Fem Night, we wanted to like have a moment for like the LGBT community, and like shouts out to the homie, because he's doing it. Like this video, super lit. The whole thing, it's just great. They're doing very special things. So wanted to gas that up and give it a score. And the visuals are fire, bro. The fits are fire. The bars are fire. The whole
All right, let's get into it. Take your bong rip, son.
Such an energy.
Chat, get ready with your scores, but vibe out to this real quick.
Say my name, boy.
Yo, this is the same room that's used in a Batman, where they're descending into like a Christian Bale's joint. This is used in so many music videos. This is like on a Logic music video. This is a place in somewhere in downtown LA. I forget where. That's dope that they got access to that place.
This is not a call out, but a bringing to attention. I'ma take the space to break unnecessary tensions. Got a few issues with all your male fragility. I blow, kiss towards you, collapse the ceiling, and I see you flustered, wonder if you catching feelings. Is it my dollar green, blood orange, cream blue, painted nails that you wish you could be seen in? Nah, you ain't hard enough for this shit. Nah, you ain't man enough for this dick. Yeah, you getting bodied by your hip whining good hair. They gon' earring wearing incredibly eyebrow brown boy with no
run
cares.
That back.
Yeah,
getting bodied by bro.
Yo,
bars, bro.
They said you ain't man enough for this dick. Yo, the levels on that one bar alone. That's hard. That's a hard. Let's go.
Listen though to that little run. getting bodied by, and then he like the little self description, bro. Like monster.
Green blood, orange, cream blue, painted nails that you wish you could be seen in. Nah, you ain't hard enough for this shit. Nah, you ain't man enough for this dick. Yeah, you getting bodied by your hip whining, good hair, dangle earring wearing, incredibly eyebrow brown boy with no cares. Yeah. Yes, queen, to you king of no thrones. I see no men when invited to your homes. Be warned if you want me to teach you the tricks. I might get up on my knees and blow your fucking mind. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael.
Yo, you said well, I might get on my knees and blow your fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's bars because I said, getting brains. You know what I'm saying? Getting brains is like slang. We're getting ahead and like. Yo, I might get on your knees and blow your mind. Yo, come on. This is a wild bars, bro. I've never heard anything like this in my life.
See no men when invited to your homes. Be warned if you want me to teach you the tricks. I might get up on my knees and blow your fucking mind. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Say my name, boy. Michael Sam, Michael Sam, what's my name? Michael Sam, Michael Sam, what's my name? Michael Sam, Michael Sam, what's my name? Say my name, boy. The second no response to the taunts and attempts to attack when I have already proved to be in control of the situation. So you want a cat chance? Well, I might have to hold yours in public places. If I'm a poop, then you a bucket of flowers. Fragrance every hour by the sweetest honeydews and strawberries. Massaged by your baby's hand with down feathers. Think you got your tough on backwards, turn it around, fella. The tiniest of insults, and there goes the bottom piece of that quivering Jenga set. You a child whose skin is knee, just as sensitive as the rest of the men falling from the family tree. Y'all a bunch of applesauce, cuter than a pug face, sweeter than a bun cake, telling us a
run that back. Yo, they like spitting, they spitting some lines here, fools. Like that's some punchlines here.
You got your tough on backwards, turn it around, fella. The tiniest of insults, and there goes the bottom piece of that quivering Jenga set. You a child whose skin is knee, just as sensitive as the rest of the men falling from the family tree. Y'all a bunch of applesauce, cuter than a pug face, sweeter than a bun cake, telling us a Drake verse. Your ego or your masculinity, my friend. Which one you want me to say first? What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Michael Sam.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Say my name, boy. Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Michael Sam. Michael Sam. What's my name? Say my name, boy. Say my name, boy.
Yeah.
Say my motherfucking name.
Word. What we saying?
All the things, bro. I love this video. I love this whole thing. Yeah, I mean,
hold up. Let's get a good pause frame for this guy. Hold up. Boom.
The fit's on point.
Yeah.
The whole time, like the aesthetic isn't too much, like the just production wise, right? Like the video isn't too much. It's not reaching and trying to be something it can't be or shouldn't be. It's perfect. The fit's perfect. The context matter, like the subject matter is beautiful, and like as a cis ass bisexual man, you know what I'm saying? And like as a punk rocker who always grew up with like queer homies, this is what I always pictured for hip hop and LGBT representation, right? Like this is 15 years ago. I had thoughts of like how hip hop will eventually be a tool for queer empowerment, because that's what hip hop does. It empowers people that love it, and that's what we're seeing now with like growth and like the expression and the acceptance and all of those things. Like again, I'm gonna get leaky right now just because I had the fantasy of this 15 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And now it's happening, and it's bars, bro. It's not like, again, it's not pandering. It's not like deserves credit because it's like some representation shit that it doesn't deserve. Like, no, this is fucking bars. Be like, it's and the whole wordplay and like the idea of challenging people's objection to queer things, right? With challenging their own masculinity is such like a powerful survival technique and mechanism. There's so much of that struggle and their personal struggle in this that we don't even see. You feel me? Like that we're just laughing off as dope bars and fire lines that really come from struggle and like survival. So again, to flip survival techniques and make fire out of it like this, bro. This is I'm gonna give it. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like as so you, sir, as a cis bi person, is like, what are some things that you feel like you're connecting to that someone like myself, cis hetero, like might not catch?
So like little things, but like personal things, right? Like as a punk rocker, growing up and wearing nail polish and makeup and having to be accountable for that, but also being like a wild kid from like the SUV. You feel me? Like, yeah, I got white. My fingernails are white and pink, and I will mop you up right now, dog. Like, you got something to say about it, you could find out. Bro, I will clean your blood out from underneath these fucking white fingernails. You say one more slur, you know what I'm saying? Like, call me one more thing again. And then having to grow up with like that struggle and not being able to just embrace our femininity or our third genders or that idea, right? Like just challenging ourselves and placing ourselves on the spectrum of sexuality and gender, right? Because they're separate things, but like they're likened struggles. It's like, bro, hits all the marks. This is the progress. This is like the way that me and the homies grew up handling bigotry, right? Like this was the response for us whenever it was like people were going to call us slurs as we walk down the street. Some of us are actually openly gay or like with their partners openly. And this was a lot of times the survival technique. Like, oh yeah, because that is the truth, dog. Like if you care what other people doing, you need to unrepress your own soul and get right with yourself. You feel me? Because you shouldn't care what other people do, bro. If you're scared of gay people, you might want to check out being gay. You feel me? And that's really was the challenge growing up. So to see that again, that survival technique be flipped on its head for me, because we used to do that too. It just hits all the marks. It's like,
so what we saying, out of 10? Out of 10? Out of 10? Out of 10? What we saying?
I can't give this a 10.
Oh,
because I just can't. I can't give it a 10. No, I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10. I can't find a good reason not to give it a 10. Like I'm trying. I want to do that thing that I like to do sometimes, which is like, I don't want to come across a 10 from this artist and be remorseful in my own head that I already set the bar so high for them. But if Figgy Baby just gave me a 10,000 of these for the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's do it, bro. This is a 10. Like, I want to see more from you or different things from you. But yeah, this is lit, bro. 10. Let's do it.
All right, 10. Okay, because like when you said I can't give this to 10, yo, I was like, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's look at the chat. So we had a 10 in here. No, so Benny Alexander says, I'm a huge fan of typography, which we've discussed in the chat a little bit, and having the visual added to the video is super fucking rad to me and brings emphasis to the words mixed with the super dope beat and bars. Love it. 9.5. Let's see who else said. Ob said, to see someone be themselves in their art unapologetically, 10. The unapologetically part, to me, that's that part. Like this music video by Figgy Baby is like, this is like unapologetic as fuck. Like not only is it unapologetic, but it is proud. Like they are super dumb proud and fully accepting of what they are, and they swagging with it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see the confidence in Figgy Baby's like, you know, motions and shit, and like the swag in their voice and the delivery and just like their whole shit, it's like, yo, you can't not be charmed by that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's dumb fire. Ob says, off the art though, strictly writing, I'd say 7.5. Oh, okay, 7.5. I didn't hear much that caught my ear art-wise. Yo, sir, I caught a couple of haymakers personally, but all good. Alex Galaxy with the E's spelled with 3's. They said, this harder than most the gangster shit out now. Yeah, facts. Yo, facts. All right, so I'm saying I love how unapologetic this is. I love like the confidence in this. There's certain like, you know, little clever punchlines and bars that I really fuck with this. And like, if you go like, when you sent this link to me, Daniel, like I went back into Figgy Baby's like, you know, catalog, and I saw that, yo, Figgy Baby been had bars, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like hella music videos, like older music videos where maybe Figgy wasn't as out publicly, where like you would just think like, oh, maybe they're just like, you know, straight cis hetero, and they still had bars. But now that like Figgy Baby is like embracing this part of their identity and shit, is like, yo, Figgy's out here, you know what I'm saying? He's out there, and the bars are still there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really fuck with this. In a slam scale, though.
Okay.
Is this some, like I kind of question. It's like, I love it musically. I love this musically. As a, you know, like music-wise, this is 10. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, let me give some air horns for that. Music-wise, this is 10. But in a slam scale, though, is like, to me, this kind of still sounds like some braggadocio rap shit, and like I love that in the rap context. I love braggadocio rap shit in the rap context, but in the slam scale, I don't know, it's still really good because it's like still challenging, you know, like toxic masculinity and being confident about just being you. I don't know. I take that back because first verse is like super dope. First verse. Fuck. This is 9.5.
The real
9.5.
9.5.
9.5.
There is enough technique in this and device in this to where I feel like this would totally hold up in a slam. If I saw this like in a building in a slam round 1, bro, all day you're gonna get like probably a 9.5. You're not gonna get a 10 in building. I'm just getting hit with the 10 feels right now because Figgy is
you connect with it. Yeah, you connect with the art.
Yeah,
yo, so that was Figgy Baby. Be sure to follow them at Figgy Baby. So you'll see on the screen at Figgy Baby at FIGGYBABY.
We don't know Figgy Baby. We just wanted to do this because before this we were like, yo, we need stuff to review, so let's peep this. So if we like misgendered or mispronounced anything by any means, we apologize, and we hope y'all be seeing more Figgy Baby on the feed soon.
Thanks. All right, everyone, we are down to our last piece. This is a submitted piece by Monica Harrison. So hold up, we gotta bring it back for all the people watching in the future. Hold up. Daniel, toss him real quick. I gotta refill and burp.
David's getting hit with the Henny. So we're almost done with the night. We wanted to do a femme night, so we did like a femme, third gender, LGBTQ whole thing night. It's mostly been just femme though. So I think we got one more piece for everybody at home. What we doing every Friday is reviewing music and poetry on YouTube Live. So we give it a slam score. So if you don't know what a slam score is, that is 0 through 10 with decibels. If you don't know what a slam is, that is a poetry competition where everybody goes and throws their name in a hat. They do poems, they get slam scores, and the highest scores win. So we do that with internet things because nobody asked us, and we just want to do that because it's fun and we want to show you guys dope poetry. So here we are. And music. We're doing music too, just to like break it up. And music is poetry, right? Like songwriting is poetry. So it's all the same thing. So now that David's penny refill, got the gas back.
Yeah. Yo, I'm out, bro. Done. You know what I'm saying? Done. All right. Anyways, I can't wait because I haven't eaten all day because work has been fucking crazy. And I'm on an empty stomach and we're eating nachos for dinner and I can't wait. I'm fucking excited. So shout out to nachos.
Bro.
Hold on,
drunken nachos. That's a good way, bro.
Like, yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday,
out of
bro.
all the things to eat on a Friday, drunk, Nachos is top 3 for me all the way.
Yo, everyone
Top
in the chat,
2.
what are your top 3? Oh no, what is your top drunk food? Because nachos is not like nachos and tacos is like nachos, tacos, fried chicken is like that's what it is for me.
So
what
my top 3 foods, like in life, pretty much.
But no, we're talking about drunk food, not high food.
They're the same. They're the same. It's all the same. Nachos, tacos, chicken fried like wings. You know what I'm saying? Hot wings, specifically, just good buffalo sauce hot wings with like a little extra. Also, the lemon pepper jam with the sauce. You feel me? Shouts out to Atlanta, but that's a real thing. If you haven't peeped that, peep that. But yeah, chicken wings. But not drunk, because I like to get really messy when I eat chicken wings. And I feel like if I was drunk, I would get absurdly, comically messy. So I'm going to say nachos. Nachos is great because you get messy, but it's all good.
Yo, everyone in the chat, let us know what your what your drunk foods are. Alex Galaxy says tacos. Benny says tacos with the 100. But I don't know what Canadian tacos are like. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're from the West Coast, so it was different for us. Yo, I already said what I said about my drunk foods, but for my high foods, stone foods, I can't do meat. I can't eat meat when I'm stoned. Cause what? All right, so story time, right? One time I was like super high, and like I ordered like a bucket of fried chicken, and as I was eating it and stoned out of my mind, I saw each, I saw the drumstick as, yo, this is a leg of a fucking living creature. And then I started eating the breasts, and then I got to the rib cage, the rib bones. I'm like, yo, these are the bones of the fucking animal, bro. Like, what the fuck? This is the bones of the animal, bro. Like, yo, like I can't eat meat when I'm high, bro. Cause, you know what? When I was like a vegetarian for 2 years or so, it was because I was like I was tripping balls off of way too many certain substances, and it's like it just opened my mind. It's like, yo, we gotta respect all life forms and like everything that lives, because like not too many people make it through the lottery of life, and you are one jerk off away from not existing. So, anyways,
bro,
all right,
I'm gonna say this real quick, just because I had this thought. So I have lived almost every dietary lifestyle you can. As a vegan, as a meat eater, and as a vegetarian, nacho options always lit, all the time. Nachos are good, any style, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even if somebody does some weird ass nachos, and stop doing that kind of shit, where it's like, we did the hickory maple nachos. Like, whoa, bro, stop it. Even those are good though. You know what I'm saying? You can't
hickory illustrious. What?
Bro, I saw like a few years ago, I saw in Long Beach, some spot was doing like hickory bacon nachos. It was essentially cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese with mango salsa, bacon, and maple syrup all over.
Benny says, what it was. Benny says a veggie epiphany. Yo, I can't tell you, on that heroic journey I took through the cosmos and time and space, like the epiphanies I came up with, one of which was becoming vegetarian. Yo, we could go on about this, but we gotta review some fucking poetry, yo. It was like, wow, yo, we have a Twitch, and on our Twitch, we should totally just like have a night where we get like super drunk and faded and like high and shit, and just like talk with you guys, because like aside from poetry, it's like I want to get to know all you guys and shit, right? It's like it's just because it's fun to talk about, just like, oh shit, Benny says, damn Daniel, hold on,
Damn Daniel.
There we go. And yeah, we should just have a night where we just like answer questions and shit. So maybe, I don't know, on a Thursday night, Friday night, like let us know, everyone, what y'all think. All right. No vegan slander shall exist in this house, sir. We respect all dietary, opinions. All right. Anyway. Daniel, take that bong rip so I can switch over to the next scene. Cool. Allegedly, supposedly. All right. So let's get it, y'all. Let's wrap it up. All right. So The two-piece combo. The two-piece combo is where we review both music and poetry and give them a slam score out of 10. And today's piece is self-submitted from the poet Monica Harrison, and we're about to review her poem, Traffic Reboot. Haven't seen this, but let's get it. All right, chat. Stop talking about drugs and substances. Although a lot of this is legal in California, we can legally talk about it. So hopefully YouTube, you don't fuck with us. But all right, let's get it. Let's get it.
I said a prayer for those that made it out alive. Hearts tattered like hand-me-downs. Flesh reeking of foreign soil and filthy hands.
White background, white shirt. I don't necessarily agree with. And the intro music, I like the music background. Let's keep going before I make more remarks.
Bars though.
Brainwaves jumbled, light blinded their darkened eyes. They were free before they weren't. They were happy before they were held hostage. Traffic makes them nervous.
Ooh.
Traffic should make all of us more cautious. Should make all of us get our heads out of the sand and put our feet on the gas until Save the Children is still not a trending hashtag, but more of a memorial of a war that invaded our backyard. Hashtag bring our girls back. Hashtag bring our boys back. Hashtag cancel Netflix. Hashtag we know you got them. We know you feast on the blood of innocent. We know that you eat flesh just for the heck of it. You are vile creature, hiding with regular faces, familiar looking people in regular places, and then when you leave, you take one of the locals with you. We know demons keep your engine running, because you have got to be possessed to take something that doesn't belong to you. This was no accident. They do not belong in traffic. And we will lay on our horns until the sound of our voice begins to break covenant with these reins, and the masses will begin to sing like canaries, not afraid to loud out uncle or celebrity. We will use our free voices to speak for those that were paid for. We will get off of our high horses and make trails on roads less traveled, the roads where human sex and organ trafficking run rampant. We are rapidly coming after
Hold on. Was that a jump cut right there?
Roads less traveled, the roads where human sex and organ trafficking run rampant.
It's just her.
We are rapidly coming after you. We are coming after and for our children with a vengeance. If you are still transporting
these are jump cuts.
Trafficking run rampant. We are rapidly coming after you. We are coming after and for our children with a vengeance. If you are still transporting our goods, beware. There's a roadblock ahead.
All right, hold up. Let me run back.
And organ trafficking run rampant. We are rapidly coming after.
Yeah, the light is changed.
We are coming after and for our children with a vengeance. If you are still transporting our goods, beware.
What goods?
There's a roadblock ahead.
It looked like there was one clear lighting change there. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. All right. Tight. All right, chat. Everyone, get your scores out. Daniel, you need to give thoughts first because, like, for me,
all
right. So video production wise, it's like I am like the creative lead for Pen Click, and it's like I can't. It's hard for me to separate the poetry from the visuals. So Daniel, like you being like more of the poetry inclined, being still an active poet, like let's hear your thoughts first.
I like it. It's well done. It's needed subject matter, as like hard as it is to hear.
Yeah.
I think last week we brought this up as well, that slavery still exists. Children and adults and people are sex trafficked and enslaved and sold and bought every single day in America. Every place in the world, every country in the world has some form of human trafficking in it. And that's a real reality that we need to start addressing as a people. So it's hard. It's one of those issues as well where it's kind of like first through the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had that conversation with friends and been told blatantly like I was crazy. Like, you're out of your mind. Like, what? Are you crazy? Are you? You don't read the paper, bro? You ain't read a book, homie. Because you're absurd to think that doesn't happen at all. So it's one of those issues where I feel for this poet and this artist, because it's one of those topics where you're convicted and compelled to talk about it, but people also look at you like you're a nutcase because it is kept hush-hushed. And the reality of it is there's only one type of person that could afford this trade, this market, and it's the super rich. So the things of the super rich, you know, they have the power to keep this hush-hush. So
especially
again,
in disenfranchised neighborhoods, like if you ever been to like certain neighborhoods, you'll see, especially in LA, I don't know how it is in like other places, but in LA you'll see like nailed onto telephone poles and shit, or like want to travel, dial this number, and girls who don't know will like dial that number. It's like, oh yeah, travel for work, get the fuck out of the hood, let's do that. And it's really a fucking like a sting. It's a whole operation that like entraps them and shit. It's fucking wild.
Word. But yeah, it's needed subject matter. It's hard thing to write about, so I'm gonna give it a lot of credit there. Get rid of the music because it doesn't need to be there.
Facts.
Just give it a little more performance there.
Facts. Yeah. You'll let them know.
Just do more with your voice, do more with your performance, and you're probably doing enough on the real. Like, I don't think it needs the music as it is. The music isn't that great either, so it's like I'm not a huge fan of poetry with music behind it. But I get it. Like, it does make it.
But our mixtape is super fire, so everyone please check out the off-page mixtape that's on YouTube.
I mean, for something like this, though, you know what I'm saying? This is the exact kind of things the exact topic and subject matter you don't want to put music over. You feel me? So, yeah, because of that, I want to give it, like, knock some points there. It was cool. It was a poem. It was strong. The subject matter is needed. The fit was weird. The actual production of the video, it was like if you have low quality, if you're streaming that in low quality, it's gonna look like just a head at times. You know what I'm saying? Because just white on white. So it's gonna lose not a lot of point, but like maybe a little bit for that. I'm gonna say in a slam in building, I'm gonna say a 9.2. 9.2.
9.2. Okay.
9.2. Yeah.
From all you were saying, you were prefacing, I thought it was going to be way lower. But yeah, all right, for sure.
No, it's good, and it is needed. Again, this is super needed, and it's brave to do this kind of work, and we need to address this as a people. Slavery never stopped in any context. Slavery has always existed in history. It's up to us to stop it.
All right. This was a 2-minute piece that felt like it was 3 minutes. Feel me? By the way, everyone, let us know what you think in the comments or in the chat. But yeah, Benny Alexander, let's look at the chat real quick. Benny Alexander says, I didn't really like the music. It's sort of distracting, but I mean, overall, I agree the topic was real and she performed it well. 8.2. And yo, that well describes exactly how I felt, in that the music was not great. Like, it sounded very stock music. Like, I kind of expected to hear a audio jungle or some kind of like, you know, something like that on it. It sounded very stock music, and the editing kind of took me out of it. Like, spoken word music, like spoken word videos, right? Like, spoken word videos is that's like poets trying to figure out how to make spoken word work for the internet, and you either do it through like a music video type of thing where we're looking at a camera and I'm spitting my piece, or you have an entire production crew that's able to do like a whole narrative thing. And it's unfortunate that that's the only paradigm that people seem to have. Like, there's so many other ideas that you can do, you know, like there's other options out there, man. Like, you can, oh god, like I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all one day. But like, just look up Motion Poems. There's a YouTube channel called Motion Poems. They do a lot of dope, high production quality, like very visual heavy, spoken word pieces and videos, and it's dope. It's just that. Where am I going to? Like, I'm like 6 drinks in, bro. Like, all right.
You need to go eat nachos, homie.
Yeah, hold up. All right. So what I'm trying to say is that I think like the production of the video was like hella distracting, and because the editing wasn't great, that distracted me even further, and that's unfortunate because what Monica is talking about here is like super important. It's not talked about as much as you were saying, Daniel. Like human trafficking is rare. I have never, Daniel, like for all the years that you've been in poetry circles and poetry events, I can count on one hand in my personal experience how many times I've heard a human trafficking poem. What about you?
Yeah, honestly, the only time I could ever think of hearing that kind of content is whenever we're specifically doing activism work with organizations or people who are speaking about those things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can only think about it whenever we've intentionally tried to do that and facilitate that space, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
I can't think of it ever organically, like never just like at a slam or an open mic.
Word.
I'm gonna say at least one time. I smoke a lot of weed. I'm stupid. So
what I'm saying is that like this is like a topic that's like not talked about as much, and because of that, it's very intriguing that like, oh, she's talking on some shit that like 1 needs to be said, 2 is super important, and 3 does not get talked about a lot. So I'm very curious what she would bring for round 2. The poem itself is bars, but at the same time, it's like. It's cool, but I didn't get the haymaker. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about slam. We're talking about competition, y'all. And because I didn't get that haymaker, deducting points from that, it's a 2-minute piece that somehow seemed to drag for me. So deducting points from that. But overall, still really good. I want to see her in round 2. So I'm giving her 8.9. 8.9. All right.
Yeah,
still cool.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
I ain't mad at it.
Shout out to Monica Harrison. Thank you very much for your submission. Everybody, please follow her at Monica Marie Poetry on Instagram. And she also has a YouTube channel where we are sharing this. So we're probably going to put the link in the description below. Thank you very much, Monica. Bless. And yeah, that's a 2-piece combo, y'all. That was everything.
Hey. 5 times. Shout out to all 5 of the artists. Go follow all of them. Share this video, like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to us. Go on Instagram, find us at PenClick. On Twitch, hit us up at PenClick. Hit our Discord because we doing popping things on our Discord. It's all the same, y'all. PenClique, the most popping poetry content in the known galaxy. So yeah, go do all of those things. Share, like, survive, y'all. We love y'all. Again, thank you to all the artists. Y'all were great. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to just all the women, bro. All the women, all the third genders, everybody out there. God bless you. We love y'all. One love. We appreciate you. Blah.
All right, now that the poetry's done, Daniel, what is like the wildest like night you had while you were like dumb high, like on not on weed, on some other drugs? What was like? Tell the chat a story. Tell the chat a story about like a.
I can't dry snitch on myself completely, but I'll tell you that one time I was at a house party and I was on a good one. You know those nights where you're feeling yourself and the world's feeling you because you're feeling yourself. And I was
that's every night I get too drunk on Henny. That's for me.
Yeah. So I'm like wiling out and getting. I've always been like a dumb boy and like a chubby boy, so I never understood when I was getting play or like attraction. Like when people were like, "Hey, you're attractive," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay." I didn't know what was happening. So it was one of those nights too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the next day, I wake up on my parents. I was still living at home. I was very young at the time. On their front lawn to the sprinklers butt naked, like in my boxers, just my boxers. Had no idea what happened. My clothes were in the proximity, in the area. They were in the area. And I had no idea, bro. I had no idea. It wasn't until 2 weeks later that one of the homegirls was like, yo, I was trying to lay it on you and you got wild crazy. And then somebody showed up with Everclear and we lost you for a while. I don't know who showed up. I don't know who was in your body, but you were gone and you walked home at some point. And apparently, I don't know. I just ended up, I imagine what happened was I had to pee or something and I just took my clothes off because I was blacked out, drunk, struggling on that Everclear. The lesson is, kids, don't end your night with Everclear. Don't even drink Everclear. Just don't do those kinds of things. That's crazy. It's like 100% alcohol.
You know what? The interesting part is that Everclear in the West Coast, like, one, you can't get Everclear in California, and the Everclear you get in like the West Coast, so like that's including Nevada, is a little less than the Everclear you get in the Midwest. So the Everclear you get in the Midwest is 95%, which is what, like 190 proof or something like that. But the Everclear you get in the West Coast it has a legal limit, so it's like 70 or 80%. So it's really high still, but not as high as the Midwest. Yeah, dangerous. Jungle juice. Yeah, dangerous. Tight. All right. That was a great story, Daniel. I'm probably gonna make a video clip out of that, I guess. I don't know.
Please don't. Not that.
Okay, that's live stream exclusive. So to all like 4
that's what you get this year. Hey, I'll agree to that. If y'all, I will tell y'all one, because that was just the beginning, bro. There's more to that story. That, like, goodness gracious, Daniel was a savage idiot in a non-violent, non-harmful way. But I'll tell one of those stories every week.
Okay, so what we're saying is that everyone in the chat that every week Daniel will end the stream with one Wild Boy story, because he had like a very wild childhood, as you just heard from that past story about him doing this, that, and the other. So if you make it to the end, Daniel's gonna reveal some shit, some wild, incriminating shit, but he's gonna try hard to not dry snitch. You know what I'm saying? So the show. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you everyone for coming through. That was a 2-piece combo where we review pieces of poetry and a piece of music. And yeah, I need to get some nachos, and I'm wild hungry. And Daniel Hees, thank you very much, sir. One love to the chat. Hey,
write a poem.
Yeah, love y'all. What? Right, live, write, survive. All right.